Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about advertising elements and principles of design and elements of design. The elements of design. Elements of design is most important part of advertisement layout. We must know the elements and principles of design. Then only we have to create a better layout for advertisements. The elements of design. The elements of designs are the basic components used as a part of any composition. There are so many elements is there. There are 5 important elements follows. The first one is dot or point. The second one is line. The third one is form or shape. Next one is the texture and the color. The point. Dot or point. A point is an element that has position but no extension. It is a single mark in space with a precise but limited location. Alone, it can be provide a powerful relation between negative and positive space. Line or form is a natural result of multiple points in shape. Continuous lines makes continuous dot makes lines. Multiple points in space. The second element is line. A line is an element categorized by length and direction. Line has length and direction. Line create counters and form and are often used to convey a specific kind of feeling or point to an important feature in a design. Lines are also used to create perspective, and dominant directional lines are often adopted to create a sense of continuous in a composition. In addition, lines that are grouped together often create a sense of value and texture. Otherwise, the density. There are so many kinds of line is the organic line, rigged line, differing weights. Next one is form and shape. The simplest definition of shape is a closed counter, an element defined by its perimeter. The 3 basic shapes are circle, rectangle, and triangle. Form is the shape and structure of a dimensional element within a given composition. Form can be both 2-dimensional and also 3-dimensional. Next one is texture. Texture is used to create surface appearance. Otherwise, the surface quality we called as texture. The last elements of design is color. Color is the response of the eye to differing wavelength of radiation within visible spectrum. The visible spectrum is what we perceive as light. It It is the part of the electromagnetic spectrum that we can see. The typical human eye will respond to wavelength between 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. The red being at one end, violet at the other. And every other colors in between these two. There are many different kinds of color systems there, and also many different theories on colors. For now, we will focus on the basic using a color wheel for illustration purpose. Color space. Color space helps to define how the colors are mixed based on the medium in which the colors are used. There are two different kinds of color space. One is subtractive colors, second one is additive colors. The subtractive colors. A subtractive color space is the traditional color space that most people refer to when they talk about colors. It is pigment-based color. As in the mixing of paint, in a subtractive color space, the pigment manipulates the wavelength that our eye sees. The absence of any pigment produces white, and all the pigment blended together produces black. The primary colors of subtractive color, red, yellow, blue. The secondary colors, orange, green, violet. Additive color. Additive color space is an electronic color space. It is light-based color, as in the mixing of color on the computer. In an additive color space, light is added to the screen in different amounts to produce color. The absence of any light is black. The presence of all light or light at full intensity is white. The primary colors of additive colors is red, green, blue. Secondary colors yellow, magenta, cyan and black. There are three main components of colors. One is hue, value and saturation. Hue is the primary hue colors such as red, green, blue. The major colors that is called hue colors. The value, which means the lightness and darkness of the colors, is called value. Saturation, which means the intensity or the level of chroma. The more gray colors has in it, it is called saturation. Next one is color harmonies. Color harmonies serves to describe the relationship certain colors have to one another and how they can be combined to create a plate of colors. First one is complementary colors. The second one is analogs. Third one is triadic colors. Complementary relationship is the harmony of two colors on the opposite side of the color wheel. The opposite color of the wheel is called complementary color. You can see the color wheel, you can understand better. The opposite colors, yellow and violet. These colors called complementary colors. Then next one is analog colors, the neighboring colors. yellow, orange, next. These three colors, neighboring colors called analog colors. Triadic colors, which means the triadic relationship is a harmony of three colors from one another. You can see the picture, the triangle shapes, the colors yellow, red and blue. These colors called triadic colors. Once again, we have to look up the harmonies of colors. First one is complementary colors, analog colors and triadic colors. Next part is principles of good layout. There are so many principles of layout is there. Some of the principle is balance, movement, unity, clarity and simplicity, emphasis, repetition, contrast, white space. And next one is kinds of layouts. Thumbnail sketches, rough layout and comprehensive layout. Balance. Balance, which means it considers importance in a layout, involves artistically combining the various sizes and shapes that makes up an advertisement. There are two forms of balance, formal and informal. A formal or symmetrical balance, informal or asymmetrical balance. Movement. If a print advertisement is to get the reader's eye to move through it, the layout should provide for gaze, motion or structural motion. Unity. Unity in layout refers to keeping the elements of the advertisement together so that the advertisement does not fall apart. Clarity and simplicity. Although it is important to make a layout interesting, care must be taken to see that it remains simple enough so as not lose its clarity and simplicity. Emphasis. A good layout should make the advertisement as a whole prominent and also emphasize certain more important elements. Repetition. The headline, illustration, trademarks may gain added emphasis if repeated several times. Contrast. Contrast related to the size and colors. It also attracts the attention. Last one is white space. This is another technique which should be used very carefully. These are some of the principles of design. Next one is kinds of layout. There are three kinds of layers, otherwise three stages of layout is there. First one is thumbnail sketches and rough layout or rough sketches, and final one is comprehensive layout. Thumbnail sketches. They are miniature sketches that are used by the art directors to convey the basic layout style and treatment without spelling out small details. Next one is rough layout. Rough layout or visuals are prepared for almost all advertisements. They are the same size as. The final one is comprehensive layout. The final stage of layout is called comprehensive layout